Hello, Emilio.
Hello, Jeppy.
Welcome to the Dermoscopy Excellence
Digital Training.
Let's start from the clinical.
Are you ready for the scalp? Some data highlighting a significantly worse survival for acral melanoma.
Here, again, you make the diagnosis because of the arborizing vessels, sharply in focus. So, this is our destiny, my friends. If someone is connecting right now,
Yes.
then they are saying, okay, let's stop seeing this stupid course.
But then, if you look at the tables and you see the reason why.
Melanoma on the face is a lazy guy.
Morphologically, dermatoscopically.
Bravo, my president. Eh?
No.
Hello.
Possible. It's not possible.
Hello, hello.
Ah, Nisa, you are celebrating.
Nisa.
Galatasaray.
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 Champions, eh?
Yeah. We are
Since
the
when?
champions.
Since when?
Since today.
Today.
Yeah.
It's a few minutes.
We are gonna raise the cup today.
Congratulations.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
How many championships we won in these 4 guys we are here? It's impressive. Huh? Five guys.
Two.
Five guys.
Three.
Five guys won 3. 3 of us.
Impressive.
Impressive. Ragazzi, this is the last episode.
No.
This
The
is-
word last is,
Last.
creating bad feelings.
The last episode. Sebbi, can you launch the question of the week, please? Sebbi. Do you like to see a new season of the Dermoscopy Happy Hour? Yes, no, maybe 2025. Let's vote for. I give my vote to 2025.
Me too.
Wow, wonderful. Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
98% for yes, and Jeppy voted for maybe 2025.
Who is the 2%?
Jeppy is the one.
And I am the second.
So, ragazzi, it's been a long season with a lot of funny moments.
Quite a lot.
Yeah, quite a lot.
It's been a wonderful season. We will say a few things in the end, of course. It's
Yes.
mainly a wonderful season because, in my view, because of the audience. I mean, this is the most impressive thing in my view. Imagine that for 20 consecutive Sunday evenings, people from more than 50 countries were meeting at the same time, the same appointment for this show, let's say, for this event. So that's the most beautiful thing of all. And of course, having you, my dear friends, was also extremely beautiful, but Sebastiano especially.
Let's make a toast.
We do.
Let's make a toast. Sebbi.
Somebody has to be.
Second champion. Sebi, Napoli, Galatasaray. We have lots of champions.
You know,
Sebastiano, somebody has to be calm in this episode. So Sebastiano is keep playing defense so that we make sure that at least one is, functional.
Functional. No, but you know that in Napoli, today we have the final party. We were partying.
You have been partying 1 month.
We were partying one month. So today, serious. They are organizing a big party because today it's the last match of the year.
Really?
So,
It's like,
Good luck in championship league. Maybe we're going to play together.
Yes, yes.
You know, traditionally, in some parts, especially of Greece, I can imagine also in other countries, when there was a wedding, the party lasted 1 week. So 1 week before they started, you know.
Mamma mia. Wow. So anyhow, so what we prepared for this last episode is quite fun in my view. So we were preparing, cases we were wrong or we did mistakes or, difficult situations, but things which were teaching us a lesson. For each mistake we do, we learn a lesson. At least that's why it's good to do mistakes from time to time, because we grow up and we learn from our mistakes. So who's going to start? I have a proposal.
Say.
So let's ask Sebi to start the day.
Sebi will start, or Sebi will select who starts?
No. Sebi will start because he also prepared some cases for us. So, and we are asked from Sebi to reply. Of course, hopefully he selected for me a case that I don't know. We will see. So Sebi.
Okay, this is my first time, so.
Bravo, Sebi! Bravo!
Bravo, Sebi!
Okay, thank you. So,
Go.
yes.
So, one case for each professor.
Only the first case is for my boss, Jeppy. Okay.
First is for me. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So, male, legs, and what do you think about this?
I see that it's an irregularly pigmented melanocytic lesion. So let's ask first the people. Nevus, BCC, Spitz, melanoma, other. Okay.
So nothing else for you?
Well, so melanoma is the winner.
Yeah, but we in clinic already see this, and we do CPC.
Clinical pathological relation, because we excise the lesion.
Macular amyloidosis.
Come on. No way.
The challenge.
Impossible.
No way.
Yeah. The point is that
Impossibiloma.
Yeah. If you were able to find now the correct diagnosis, believe me, nobody would ever believe that it was never. Even if you swear.
Of course. The only problem I see with this case is that we have to make sure that we did clinical pathological relation. So we asked our pathologist to review the case with us in order to make sure that there was no mixing up of the slides, because macular amyloidosis is completely stupid. Yeah.
Okay. The second one is for Emilios. This is a really important case for me. She is Alessandra, a friend, my real friend. For me, this was like a cyst or a keratocantoma. And what do you think?
So, should I wait for the audience? Yes.
Or you can also talk about what do you think?
Well, look, if it was not a case in a special episode by you, I would think that this is a non-pigmented nodule with, ulceration and irregular vessels. Therefore, it goes in the differential diagnosis that we usually say. So, amelanotic melanoma, squamous cell carcinoma, poorly differentiated, Merkel cell carcinoma, lymphoma also could be an option.
I hope it's a mollusco.
Also a
Molluscum.
lot of molluscum.
Hopefully it's a molluscum.
Molluscum.
In fact, 27% voted for molluscum. Yeah.
Wow.
So
No, it's a molluscum.
1
Oh,
month
good for your
later,
friends.
1 month later, Alessandra has this. And we get surgery, and the result was this.
Lymphoma. Oh, okay.
Lymphoma.
Yeah.
Okay, good. You were good with me, I would say. I expected something much more crazy than this.
So for
So
me, it was
was the
really
first one is
important.
a molluscum or anaplastic T-cell lymphoma, the first one?
Lymphoma.
No, it all
Lymphoma, not molluscum.
anaplastic lymphoma. Yes,
Is your friend okay?
yes, she's
Well,
good now. So the next one, Konstantinos.
yes. At your service,
Okay,
sir.
female, 50 years old. Okay, you look this, cryotherapy. For me is cryotherapy. Nothing else to say. What do you think?
It looks a lot like seborrheic keratosis. However, on the periphery at time 3, I think that these are not like cysts. They don't seem so superficial. They look more DJs. So it could be a nodular melanoma or a Spitz nevus. So I would go for nodular melanoma, I think.
Okay, I
Wow.
want to do cryotherapy. JP comes and tell me, stop, don't do anything, do shaving. Melanoma, 1.6.
Wow. This is a little bit a
People
sad
vote
story.
for
Yeah. It's a little bit
people
a
vote
sad
for
story because,
seborrheic keratosis.
yeah. So the point here, this is a terrific case, pointing out the mantra, the thing I'm trying to say repetitively in the last few months. Let's give back to seborrheic keratosis human respect and dignity, because this is one of these cases in which we really could do a big mistake and cryo a lesion that then eventually will be a disaster if we do cryotherapy. So whenever we are in doubts, let's make a shave and let's make a histopathology confirmation. Yeah.
Beautiful
By the
case.
way, 1.6 was a positive surprise, I would say. Yeah.
Yes.
I would say thicker, but it's a shape biopsy, right? So maybe it's more thicker.
No, actually, we did a elliptical excision, right, Sebi?
Yes, we started thinking to shave, but after we do elliptical. So, my dear Nisa, okay, female, 50 years old. I suppose that this was like a BCC, neurinoma, adnexal tumor like this. So what do you think?
It's like a pincus or something like that, pincus fibroepithelioma.
Pincus is a good
Okay.
option. Yeah. I see that people are voting slowly because they are still completely scared about the previous case.
Yeah. A lot of white scales. And okay, the people vote for mesothelioma.
BCC is the first option. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was another melanoma.
Wow.
8.0.
It's total.
Wow.
Wow.
But this one is not so scary. I mean, because I guess that everybody would think it's not a benign tumor. The previous one was quite, at least if you look at the photograph, it looks like terrifying. There is a question, by the way. There is a question: what made you biopsy? Can you recall? I mean, the case, so that what really made you
the shade? Okay, I spoke with I can tell you, I spoke with the lady because I mean, she was a young junior doctor who decided to excise this lesion, and she did a quiz for me when the pathology came came back, and she said, "Okay, what do you think about it?" And I said, "Okay, clearly, it's a clear-cut seborrheic keratosis." And she said, "Yes, that's exactly what I thought." But I don't know why. She was in any way. She was not our patient. She was the mother of the patient, and she had this lesion here, and it was really catching my eye. And although clinically and dermoscopically, it was looking like a seborrheic keratosis, but it was something in my mind that brought me to excise the lesion. We say that we don't have to speak about feelings in our profession, but this is exactly what it is. It's a moment. It's a lesion which is giving you a bad feeling from a clinical morphological point of view, and then you decide to excise it.
I absolutely agree. Sometimes you get the feeling, and it's more than enough.
Yeah. In retrospect, of course,
Fantastic.
we can say something more, but maybe we do it afterwards, because I'm going to show you this case again, because this was happening just a week before, so it's
Okay.
kind of fresh story. Okay, Sebbi,
Another question.
bravo Sebbi, bravo.
Thank you for this opportunity to talk in the Dermoscopy Happy Hour.
Very good, very good.
Dermoscopy Happy Hour wouldn't be here without you, Sebi, either way.
Exactly.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, who's next? Emilio, you are the captain of the Dermoscopy Happy Hour, so you decide the next one.
I would say, Geppi, that you go first, because I need to try to improve my connection, which is not good as far as I understand.
Okay.
Or is it okay? Or is it okay? Is my connection okay?
Yes.
Okay.
Fantastic. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. So then I can also go as you like.
No, you decide.
Okay, you go first.
Okay, bene. I will go first. Then I prepared a few cases for you.
Geppi, do you want, before you start, there is a comment that, in my view, merits something to say. It's from Joanna, saying that this case terrifies me, because in Sweden we work a lot with tele-dermatology, and for sure with tele-dermatology this case would have been answered as seborrheic keratosis, which makes sense absolutely what Joanna says. So that's why I mean, we have to understand that tele-dermatology, teleconsultations, and teledermoscopy, of course, play a significant role, and will play a significant role for triage, as compared to the absence of any kind of triage, for sure. But definitely, it's not. Nobody ever said that it's equal to the clinical examination, and this is a nice example showing a potential risk with teledermatology. So it's not a replacement of the physical visit. It's just a way to triage who should be visited quickly and who can be visited later.
No, clearly, I understand. And this is the reason why I don't get too much in passionate about all this artificial intelligence stuff. You know, what kind of artificial intelligence could ever be able to catch this one? You know, it's almost impossible. So in my view, there are situations. I mean, the role of the clinician is undoubtedly, at least for this generation and for the next generation, clear cut in the center, and then we will see in a couple of generations. Anyway, 7 cases. You know that I'm very keen about the number 7. So by chance, I prepared 7 cases. So the first one is, of course, for everybody, but especially for Emilio.
Especially for Emilio.
Especially for Emilio. Okay.
He's trying to improve his connection. So give him.
Okay. So then Costantino, this is your case. So
Okay.
this is a 70-year-old lady with a solitary patch, erythematous macular patch on the palm, solitary, and this is what you can see dermoscopically. So now, Sebik, you can launch the poll. So it's simply we have to decide if this lesion is a nevus, a melanoma, a non-melanocytic benign lesion, or a non-melanocytic malignant lesion. So by far, the winner is non-melanocytic benign. And just to give you just a little clue, it's correct. This is a non-melanocytic benign lesion, but the world of non-melanocytic benign lesions is very vast. It's very, so, yeah. What is your impression, Costas?
Honestly, I have no idea. This is a lesion that most likely I would, disregard, maybe give some cortisol. I would have paid no attention to it.
Yeah, by the way, you are correct, because the treatment of this disorder is topical steroid.
Okay,
so you are right.
I treated the patient. That's okay.
But there is a specific name for this disorder, and the only reason why, I confess, I'm not usually so I don't want to to do the superstar, but the only reason why I was able to get this lesion, this diagnosis, is the fact that I was reading just a few days ago again our case report on this particular entity, which is dermoscopy of circumscribed acral hypokeratosis.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Look at this.
Amazing.
The morphology in the dermoscopy is extremely repetitive. You see these dots, and you see this kind of very sharp demarcation. Hypokeratosis, acral hypokeratosis, means that it's a lesion located on palms and soles, solitary or a few lesions, and you see that there is a there is a thinning of the stratum corneum. And this is it looks like a rare benign condition affecting palms and soles of middle-aged patients that represents a possible localized abnormal keratinization. Wow.
Great case.
So
yeah, now we'll never forget it.
We will never miss it anymore, right?
Yes. Yeah. Thank you.
Correct.
Did you know this entity, JB, before the case report?
No.
Me as well.
Not at all. Not at all. Okay. So next case is for Nisa. So this is a 55-year-old gentleman. The lesion is located here only on the glans penis since several months, and this is what you can see dermoscopically. So, Sebbi, launch the poll. So, what do you think, Nisa?
Just on the glans penis?
Yes.
JP, no body involvement. Okay, there are dotted vessels. They are not coiled vessels, but the background is a bit orange. So is it a combination of Zun balanitis and Bowen, something like that?
Brava, Nisa, brava. This is exactly what the point I wanted to make with this case. You see that the vessels are very prominent. So they are very much prominent. You can see them very well, and there is a sharp demarcation, which is also, in my view, a clue to the diagnosis, which was KRA. So it's a carcinoma in situ. So again, of course, here the main differential diagnosis is psoriasis versus carcinoma in situ, but also based on what we see clinically. So it's a very irregularly, it's a very regular erythematous patch, and also this sharp demarcation with very sharp vessels this has to make the difference with psoriasis.
There is a question about the previous case. Which is the cause of this entity that I don't even remember the name?
Hypokeratosis, circumscribed acral hypokeratosis. Nobody knows. It could be genetic. It could be maybe also kind of mosaicism, but it was not. It's not fully understood.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Okay. So next case is for Emilio.
Let's go. Seborrheic keratosis.
Yes. Yes. So this is a young guy coming for a regular check, and here the case. So nevus, melanoma, non-melanocytic benign, non-melanocytic malignant.
Come on. I don't know. Well, yeah, melanoma.
Okay. So you don't know, but you are prone to think about melanoma. Yeah.
It's somehow atypical. Of course, it's a young guy, which means that we can tolerate some atypia if we compare. Yeah,
Yes.
the usual stuff.
Yes. Yeah. The point is that this is the day when we decided to excise this lesion, but the lesion was followed up. And now I suppose it's much clearer.
Yes. Now it's even more melanoma.
Yes. So here we have no doubts, right? So we know nowadays that also the numbers. If we do this digital dermoscopy follow-up and side-by-side comparison, 60% of the melanomas we are removing over time. We remove them just because of the side-by-side comparison, because I mean, the criteria, the morphologic criteria of melanoma are developing very slowly, and therefore the side-by-side comparison is much stronger than the morphology itself. Good. Okay. Next one is for Costantino.
Yes, my friend.
But let it be spontaneous. Don't name the case, I would say.
Yeah. Okay. So here they are voting already, but let me give you first the dermoscopy. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. This is already with the diagnosis. I'm very sorry. I mean, this is an impressive case in which I would have thought about BCC, whatever, but instead it's a melanoma. I'm sorry, but this is the.
You took me out of the difficult position.
but that's nice. But that's a nice case. That's a nice case because here, theoretically, there is a risk. The risk is it was located on the trunk. So therefore, if you consider that it could be a superficial BCC on the trunk, then there is a risk. So that's a nice case.
And also, I think that the only clue is at 6 o'clock, there are some pseudopods, like the only indication, yes, some radial streaming. So the only indication to put you into the differential of melanoma.
And a little bit, also the vessels are not sharply in focus. They are a little bit blurred, like, this is also in some way. So the rule must be the following. We can do an alternative treatment to BCC other than surgery, an alternative treatment like cryo or laser or whatever, only when we are completely sure we see the criteria of a BCC and then everything is okay. Exactly. But here I don't see erosions.
Exactly.
Clear-cut vessels. I don't see clear-cut BCC vessels. I don't see these typical findings which are telling me that this is for sure a BCC.
Yeah, that's a very good point. In my view, the most important thing are the erosions, which should be much more prominent in a superficial BCC, and here they are minimal or absent. This is the most important. Very didactic. Very good.
Very didactic.
Okay, so next one again for Costantino, because you didn't act. So Sebi, launch the poll, and in the meanwhile, what do you think about it?
Come on.
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
But if this is a seborrheic keratosis, then I will respect forever seborrheic keratosis.
Let me tell you, this is a clear-cut nodular melanoma, clear-cut.
Yes.
But this is the reason why we never, ever named the term melanoma before the histopathologic report. Because I swear, this is a seborrheic keratosis.
No.
Really?
No.
Yes.
Really?
No.
Yes. This,
I don't believe it.
I swear, this is a seborrheic keratosis.
Respect.
The samples were mixed. This is
So the point is,
Yeah.
no mixing. Of course, we were reviewing the case and so on. So the point is, look at this. This is a melanoma, and this is a seborrheic
Did
keratosis.
you take the biopsies on the same day? Did
No,
you
no,
take
no.
the biopsies
No.
on the same day?
No, it's not on the same day. So
Jeffrey.
the point is, we have give back to seborrheic keratosis full respect and dignity.
Full.
So seborrheic keratosis must be treated with full respect. So once we look at the lesion and we say, it's a fucking seborrheic keratosis, no.
No.
Give a serious look at the lesion and say it without any doubts, because sometimes it could be really, really difficult.
And of course, let's repeat once more that it's not at all a malpractice if you shave or excise an ugly seborrheic keratosis like this one. Of course, you should not feel bad at all. It's absolutely okay.
Yes, of course. I mean, here it's impossible. There are no clues telling us that this could be a seborrheic keratosis. Not at all. But it's fine. It's fine because we are no risk here. But here the risk is just there, because here we can really say to the lady, "Don't worry, take it easy, go away," But the point is, in retrospect, we see some bluish color, we see some black color, we don't see clear-cut comedos and milia. I would say not at all, despite the fact that there are a couple of black clots resembling a little bit comedones. So the point is, if we are, this is a joke, but it's not a joke. With this sentence, let's give dignity and respect to seborrheic keratosis. It means that we have to make sure that this is a seborrheic keratosis. It means that we have to see clear-cut criteria, clear-cut milia, clear-cut comedo-like openings, clear-cut features. If we don't see them, so we have to increase our threshold of suspicion. Anyway, we are approaching the end. This is a case which is also teaching me a lot. So this is for Nisa. So this is the lesion. I give you dermoscopy, and now let's launch the poll. Nisa, what do you think about it?
It's very challenging. There's some bluish grayish structureless peripheral erythema, so maybe another melanoma.
Yes, very good. The lesion is definitely quite irregular. It's a small nodule, I would say. There is a bluish part on the right side and the hypopigmented area on the other side. We could think about a very atypical blue nevus. By the way, there is a differential in my view, blue nevus versus melanoma. By the way, for us, it was much easier from the face-to-face examination, but because he came to us with this story that 2 years and a half before, he excised there a lesion that was judged to be an atypical nevus, an atypical junctional nevus.
But it's not an acceptable diagnosis on the face side.
Exactly.
Yeah.
By the way, unfortunately, the clinician accepted the diagnosis, atypical junctional nevus. And you know, the point is that I know the doctor who did the previous diagnosis, the dermatologist, and he sent me the slides. So 2 years and a half, the pictures, 2 years and a half before, the lesion was looking like this. Okay.
It's already a melanoma at that time also.
So correctly, the dermatologist decided to excise this lesion, but the pathologist said this is benign, and the dermatologist didn't complain. And now, of course, today it's a 7.5 melanoma.
Wow.
7.5 millimeter thick melanoma.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
The inflammatory reaction around the blue structures, I think, was the clue.
Yes.
JP.
Yes.
So it looks like, also clinically and dermatoscopically, it looks like a local metastasis of the.
Yes.
Nodular.
This deep blue color structureless, which means that the melanocytes are in the deep dermis, and indeed 7.5 millimeters. So it looks like a recurrence in the dermis. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. This must be considered already like a metastasis. This is exactly true. Anyway, so this is again teaching us a very important rule, that we cannot accept let's say a diagnosis of a junctional nevus on the face, irrespective from the age, you know, because this is a young guy. I mean, he's 45, 50, I don't know. But irrespective from the age, we cannot accept a diagnosis of a junctional nevus on the face, because on the face, it's extremely rare to find junctional nevi, not only in adults, but also in children. So we should not accept it.
And also on the scalp, isn't it, JP?
Yes, exactly.
I got in the Euromelanoma day, we excised a lesion on the scalp, and the patient was a 65-year-old male, and pathology report came as dysplastic nevus with moderate atypia, and I called the pathologist. It's on the scalp, and it's not expected. Dysplastic nevus on the scalp, and she's gonna make some immunohistochemistry, and we will maybe later. I'm gonna show you the case.
Yes.
Yeah. Guys, sorry to say, but our administrator says that we should go a bit faster.
Yes. Last case, Emilio. I suppose that you saw already this case, so I would like also to hear the opinions of Costantino and Nisa. I show you only the clinical images.
Púrpura.
Yes.
Scabies.
Yes.
How can you say scabies?
I see some furrows.
This is a typical purpura vasculitis, you know, necrotizing vasculitis.
Yes,
You
but
are right.
Yes.
I saw some furrows.
I see the circles.
But in fact,
It's in the middle.
So
in fact, there is purpura. Of course, there is purpura.
Yeah, of course.
Yes.
Yeah, there's purpura.
But this was case, an impressive case in my view, because I mean, in the face-to-face examination, we were already, organizing everything, the biopsy and the exams and so on. And then a resident was putting the dermatoscope on one of these lesions, and he said, "Can you give a look, please?"
Great case.
Beautiful.
Very good. Bene.
Fantastic. Okay.
Emilio.
So I go. Let's try to.
Wait, Kate Longo is on the show.
No.
She just texted us.
No,
Kate.
unbelievable.
Kate,
Show up.
Let's bring her on. Let's bring her.
Show up. Kate, show up.
Seppi, give to Kate the ability
Give to Kate full access to
Kate.
everything. Full access.
Can you see me?
Yes. What a
Kate.
surprise. What a surprise.
Eccoci. I was just, enjoying your cases a little bit because I realized that now is the time and it's very rare that I'm, at home and I can join you. But I was just looking at the purpura and said, too many localization around the growing.
Yes.
That's why scabies could also be an option, but
Kate,
purpura, purpuric scabies.
Kate, you know that the rule to join happy hour is to have this in your hands.
Yes, you need to get some drink.
Yes, but I'm planning to go outside with my husband for that.
Look at what's showing up.
Beautiful presidente. Actually, we have two presidents,
Mamma mia. This is a very handsome guy. Look at this. Look at this.
He's an actor.
Yes.
Very handsome. Very
Hollywood.
handsome.
Come on, Sebastiano.
We can use the photos of Emilio to promote more the conferences of the IDS, But then, as a secretary, I should do a similar one.
Sebastiano,
Yes.
today you are allowed to do anything because it's a special day. Okay.
Ragazzi, let's go.
Let's go. So, guys, mistakes. Let me share with you some mistakes. Starting with this one, clinical close-up. So, clinically, tell me quickly, what do you think? Differential?
Lentigo
Okay.
versus melanoma.
Lentigo versus melanoma.
Yeah.
Okay. Dermoscopy.
Lentigo.
Vertigo.
Lentigo looks like.
So you ignore.
Well,
Confocal.
Of course, this is a mistake. So
Vocal.
Follow up.
So, but why are you so sure for lentigo? Couldn't this be a lentiginous, slow-growing melanoma?
well, but there is
Yeah,
a
border.
very nice.
Borders.
There is a very nice eaten border.
Yes, the most
Hello,
important.
borders.
Yeah. So I was also wrong as you, but my mistake was, I would say, I was just afraid that it's a lentiginous melanoma, not convincing for me for a solar lentigo. So we have histology of this lesion, and now that I tell you that it's neither a melanoma nor a solar lentigo, could you ever think anything else?
Pigmented decay.
Bowens.
Brava, Caterina!
Bowens? Really?
Pigmented, whatever you prefer, AK or Bowens, pigmented squamous cell carcinoma. Yeah.
Wow. Amazing.
By the way, we don't have much data on how pigmented squamous cell carcinoma looks on this part, on extremities. So it could be looking like this. We have some data on how it looks like on the face and how it looks like on the trunk. So on extremities, who knows? It might look like this. I mean, predominantly reticular lesion with, Okay, that was the first one. Second case, very recent, like 2 days ago. We visit this patient, it's quite young, like 30 years old. We see this among the other nevi, this nodule. This is dermoscopy.
Dermatofibroma.
Dermatofibroma.
Not on the
MS2.
belly, come on. Dermatofibroma on the belly is extremely rare, let me tell you.
Yeah, it's rare,
Well,
but it can happen.
Today, Kate, we are allowed to say all the stupid things coming to our minds.
So, but don't you feel any stress about this lesion at all?
Of course, we need to excise it immediately.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I felt at the moment. That and I start speaking to the guy, saying that, look, this lesion is somehow strange. We need to excise it. And he said, but doctor, I was already to you for this lesion, and you told me that it's shouldn't worry. I said, me? No way. But then I checked my files, and it was true. And unfortunately, it was 3 years earlier. Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know why 3 years earlier I felt about this lesion so comfortable. The good news is that this is the image 3 years earlier.
Okay, it was already like this.
Yeah. Okay.
Could not have been
Not a
so
melanoma.
bad.
It's
Yeah.
not a melanoma.
So it's not a melanoma.
The melanoma, yeah.
Yeah. By the way, it's a nevus. Yeah.
Really?
Yes. But the
Which
point
kind of
Combined-
nevus?
Combined maybe, huh?
The point is that the more we become older, the more stressed we are in doing mistakes, right?
yeah. No, the point is that I wouldn't do it again. So the fact that in this case I was lucky enough, because I really cannot recall 3 years ago what made me feel
Not biopsy.
comfortable with this lesion. Unfortunately, I cannot recall it. And in my folder, I cannot find this information. So I cannot recall. But I mean, I should have excised it, although eventually the result of this one was positive. Yeah. Okay, that's...
This is a schizophrenic mistake.
Yes.
So you did right, but you didn't right. You didn't.
Yes. Yes.
But
Yes.
not right. So
Yes, because I can recall the moment that I realized that I saw this patient 3 years ago. I felt terrible until the moment that I saw the photograph of 3 years ago, and then I felt relaxed. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was the second. Third one, clinical dermoscopy. What's the diagnosis instinctively?
ECC.
PCC. I remember very well that I used this case in order to teach the residents that, guys, when you see these blue globules,
Angiokeratoma, something vascular.
when you see these blue globules, then you can be sure that this is a BCC, because this is a very specific feature for BCC. And then
It's a melanoma.
1 week later, when the histopathologic report came back, the same residents were looking at me with a quite humiliative way
Angiokeratoma.
because I was very strong in the teaching point, which is correct in my view as a teaching point. So one case does not break the rule. But do you know what this is?
Nevus.
Angiokeratoma?
Nevus.
Intradermal nevus.
Nevus.
Wow.
This is the exception.
Traumatized.
Yeah, I mean, well, I don't know. This is the exception of the rule that nevi do not display blue globules. So any rule has some exceptions, and the exceptions do not change the rule. The exceptions confirm the rule. That's why they are so exceptional, because they are exceptions. The rule is the rule. So still tomorrow, I will think that a lesion like this is a basal cell carcinoma. Fantastic. Next one. So clinically, okay, you see it's a nodule with a non-pigmented part and a pigmented part. Okay, and this is dermoscopy.
Oh.
Oh.
I vote for
Collision?
Collision.
Recurrent melanoma or recurrent something that recur.
Yeah, there is a scar tissue. Or
Basal
on the right
cell
side.
carcinoma and melanoma.
I understand your feelings, because I was feeling the same. Now I enjoy it, but then I was very... So the problem is that nothing is strong enough. A little bit of everything, a little bit of arborizing vessels, yeah, but also a little bit of coiled vessels in the pigmented part.
Yeah.
It is not a collision tumor. It's just one diagnosis.
Just one. But is there any sort of surgery?
Desmoplastic melanoma.
No.
No surgeries.
Try.
BCC?
BCC. This is a
BCC?
BCC. This is a BCC. Can you imagine? Yeah.
Let's say unusual BCC or some like trichoblastoma, trichostaph. No.
Trichostaph. Trichostaph is very nice. Trichostaph.
It's very scientific. Trichostaph.
Basal cell carcinoma. You know, sometimes we might also see additional types of vessels in BCC as an exception again. Of course. Next one, clinical dermoscopy, BCC or melanoma?
Come on.
Melanoma, come on.
Melanoma.
Melanoma.
We don't accept another diagnosis, Emilio.
No.
We don't accept.
Okay. Now, BCC does not even cross your mind?
No.
No way.
Va bene. No way.
No.
No way.
There has been a mistake on the slides.
Okay, melanoma. Good. Melanoma.
Okay.
Fantastic. Next one, clinical.
Merkel or fibroxanthoma tipico.
Merkel or poorly differentiated SCC. Merkel or
fibroxanthoma.
poorly differentiated SCC.
But BCC you exclude immediately?
Yeah.
BCC you cannot. Why?
No, it's not a
Red.
BCC.
Never say no. Never say no.
Never say never.
Yeah.
It looks like a BCC, but I don't know, something is off.
Yeah, something is off. Yeah. I agree. By the way, this was a quite scary case because it was excised by, we did it in the hospital by a colleague. I understand that he was thinking about the BCC. I understand. I mean, don't think now that I present it as a special case. In the regular flow, when you have a nodule with linear thick vessels, then of course BCC is the first probability coming in your mind. But this was
Poorly differentiated.
amelanotic melanoma of 4 millimeters thick.
Wow.
So once again, with non-pigmented nodules, there is just one way to go. Either you have a safe, confident, specific diagnosis, or then you should think that everything is possible.
Yes.
Wonderful. Next one, clinical and dermoscopy. Wow, this is a crazy case, guys. Crazy case. Crazy. Look at it.
Dermoscopy is a little bit blurred, unfortunately.
There is a halo around or not?
There is a halo or something whitish, and there is this brown area.
Regressive melanoma?
What did you say, Nisa?
Halo melanoma.
Regressive melanoma.
Exactly. Very good. Very good. This is the diagnosis. Look here, the melanoma in the upper part. It's a quite aggressive, thick melanoma, which is developing on a nevus. You see here the component.
Yes, quite rare to have this nodular melanoma on top of a nevus.
Quite rare, exactly.
Yeah.
This is a very rare phenomenon. And the last one, I don't know if you remember it because I saw it again, but it doesn't matter. Of course, this was a case that I could no way think which could be the correct diagnosis. By the way, a patient with history of melanoma, history of melanoma with of metastatic melanoma, and he develops this lesion here. This is dermoscopy. Do you want to try to
basal cell?
No.
BCC?
Metastasis?
No.
Grover?
No.
You see, I'm not even trying.
Dermal nevus.
No.
Yeah.
Trico something. Trico stuff.
Pigmented, clear cell acanthoma.
So interesting.
Whatever.
Come on.
I mean, you should publish your atypical clear cell acanthomas.
Yes.
Can you imagine, guys, can you imagine how beautiful is our professional life made of all these incredible entities? I mean, in my view, dermatology is by far the best medical discipline ever. I mean,
there's so many days that I'm being paid for doing something that I love so much, and it's so fascinating. It's by far the best of all, and we're not biased.
Absolutely, full of surprises. The important thing is that we should try to follow some basic rules in order to be safe, and all the rest is really fascinating.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Wonderful. Say something, right?
I prefer the photo of Emilio with the tree.
We are working very hard in this course, by the way.
Konstantinos, where are you?
I'm in Helgida, my hometown. Since this is the last episode for summer and it's the sunset, we need to see it. Cheers.
Che bello. Very nice, very nice. But Geppi, I think that you have to tell us something very quickly.
Yes, very quickly. I will tell you something very, 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 very quickly. Very quickly.
No, but guys, I mean, I see some comments in the chat saying bye, thank you, and so on. We didn't finish. We didn't finish yet.
We didn't finish yet. Don't go away.
Don't go.
Beautiful. Wonderful.
Nisa and Konstantinos, you will have to do it fast.
Okay.
As fast as possible. So
well, but this is the last episode, Emilio. We can take a little.
It's okay. We can be late.
Come on.
Yes, we will be late for sure. It's already one.
Okay. Let's start with the first case then.
Go.
Yeah. Here is the macro image.
We
History.
cannot see it. You're sharing another part.
Really?
Yes.
Stop sharing and show your entire screen.
Share the desktop.
Yeah, I did it. Maybe I can do it once again. Fine. Stop sharing. Let's go to desktop. Where is my desktop?
Emilius, you're still wearing it. Me too.
Yes, still.
Is it okay? Can you see it?
No. You're sharing the wrong part of the screen. Share the entire screen.
Well, let me try one more. Maybe you do first,
Okay,
Konstantinos.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Sure. Go, Kostas.
Okay. So
go.
Episode 20. Oh my God. And since we're talking about mistakes and allegedly we're experts, I love this quote from Niels Bohr that an expert is a man, well, a person that has made all the mistakes that can be done in a very narrow field. And I think this is what we have all done, and this is what makes us experts. So
we have also our fifth our fifth protagonist here on the screen, as you can see. Sixth.
Oh. So I saw that this case last week.
Yeah.
The reason that I'm putting it up, it's of course, as we discussed, this was a nodular melanoma. Okay, nodular melanoma. Had no idea what it was, but the reason that I'm showing it again is because I did a mistake. It's not that I did the mistake on the diagnosis. I think that the vast majority, I think that no one found it the last time we showed it as well. The thing is that this is an amelanotic nodule growing on the head. In order to increase my diagnostic accuracy, which is a matter of egoism, because I want to be correct, I didn't put nodular melanoma in the differential. And what this led downstream is for the patient to have this lesion excised 1 month later. Well, 20 days later. While if I had nodular melanoma in my differential, surgery would have prioritized it. So the question, and also histopathology would have prioritized. So the patient got his diagnosis almost 1.5 or 2 months later, which was very precious time that we lost. And I showed this to some residents, and they were like, it could be a BCC, it could be a melanoma. They put it low in the differential, but they did put it. Why? Because they don't have the thrive that I do to be correct. So they will put it in order to be safe. And I think that this is a very important lesson for everyone, is to, no matter how confident you are in something, if you're not absolutely certain, as Emilius was saying, nodular amelanotic lesions, nodular melanoma must be in the differential. You must keep it on, and it must be excised as soon as possible.
Well, Kostas, since I have also a few cases like this, and we are working in a very busy clinic in which the prioritization is a very important issue. So the rule for us is that you can put a BCC in priority B, like it's usually the case.
That's how it comes.
Only when you are completely sure that this is a nodular BCC. So if you are completely sure, then it's going to be, it means going to be excised in 1 month, 1.5 months. But if we are not sure, then it's going to A, it means 3 weeks or something.
Exactly. So this is the reason that I'm showing this. Yes.
Kostas also here raises another very, very good point that I fully agree and share, which is don't try to prove your expertise by taking unnecessary risks, because we've all been through it, and this is stupid. I mean, we should get rid of this idea.
That's so true.
So the rules are rules for everybody, including experts.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Actually.
So this has taught me so many things. This one case has taught me so many things, and I really want to share it with you. Next
Very
case.
nice.
53-year-old female patient presents with this lesion in the nose. You can see it here. It's multifocal. Clinical and dermoscopy. This is polarized, and this is non-polarized. We can ask the audience to vote. Sebi, if you can put up the voting. What do people think this is?
Of course, there are only 2 options, lentigo versus melanoma. It looks like lentigo is the winner.
And for you, Jeppy?
Well, the clinical is so much in favor of a melanoma, but also the fact that I don't see clear-cut features which are really convincing me that this is a lentigo, I would make a biopsy.
So to be honest, maybe in person it was different. I was very convinced that this is a solar lentigo. I was very convinced because, so this is the polarized, which is a little bit more concerning, but in non-polarized, you can see some, comedal-like opening, sort of signs of solar lentigo, maybe some actinic keratosis. But then, and I was very confident about it. But then, because a colleague was worried, I performed confocal, where I found evident signs of seborrheic keratosis and some actinic keratosis. But at some point, I saw...
On the right side of the image, yeah.
Exactly. Here, there are some atypical cells, some elongated dendritic cells. And I let that cloud my judgment that I was very, very certain that this was seborrheic keratosis. I did a safe biopsy, and now the patient has a scar and was a solar lentigo in collision with an actinic keratosis. So despite my certainty, using an additional exam where I'm not so proficient as I am in dermoscopy, I can use it, I know what I see, but I'm not Catalongo, for sure. So this clouded my judgment, and now the patient has a scar. Of course, he's safe, but he still has a scar.
We can keep the conclusion that you're not Catalongo, with which we
yes,
agree.
this is the summary of the case. You are not Catalongo.
Yes. I'm not Catalongo. I'm not Catalongo.
There is a question, what was the previous diagnosis? So in the very first case that you showed,
yes,
it was melanoma, thick melanoma.
Nodular melanoma, 8 millimeters, and with 16 mitosis and ulceration.
It's terrible.
Very ugly, very aggressive melanoma.
Go.
So, next, this is a patient to us for this lesion. He was sent from the outpatient clinic. This is the clinical, this is dermoscopy. Sorry, this is not a very good dermoscopy picture. What do people think this is?
Melanoma.
We don't accept another diagnosis.
100%, no!
100%. Yes.
We don't accept another diagnosis.
It is a melanoma, of course.
Yeah.
0.56. Then, I didn't see this patient when he first came. He did the excision, and he came back to be, enrolled into follow-up as a melanoma patient. On total body skin examination, we find this lesion here, which...
It looks also weird.
Yeah.
to
go in the bottle.
88%, but yes, 0.6 millimeter melanoma as well.
Yeah.
However, so this patient was seen by a colleague and was sent to me to do a vectra, a 3D imaging, okay? Because he had several nevi. The patient also had this lesion.
One more. How many melanomas it had?
Wow, polypoid.
Exactly. So the thing is, where is the dermoscopy? We don't have dermoscopy because it looks sort of like a nevus. I did use dermoscopy because I did the total body skin examination. However, it didn't strike me as weird. But the patient complained about it. He was like, this is not, this is kind of annoying me. It is like on the waist. When I drive, it kind of itches. And I did send it for excision. However, I was sure this was a nevus, an irritating nevus, and didn't even take dermoscopy that I do on every single lesion that I excise. And this was, of course, the thickest melanoma, 2.8 millimeter. And when a patient complains to you about something, always listen to him. Like, it's better to excise one extra lesion if the patient is worried about it than leaving it there. At the very end, patient didn't have a bad outcome. But this was something that was, engraved in me. If the patient complains about something, go ahead, excise. This is a patient that I saw 4 years ago. You see an extensive sun damage. And I want to clear the field so that I can see if there is anything else. So I gave the patient imicmod and told him to come back in 1 month. Patient was instructed that, of course, with imicmod you will have, irritation, all those things. However, the patient was very annoyed by the irritation and never came back. I had him in my mind sometimes, but as Debbie was saying, we run very busy practices. And, he didn't come, whatever, what can we do? And this is the same patient 4 years after. This is...
And look at the lesion on the frontal region.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
Exactly.
Oh.
Yeah.
So...
Immunocompromised?
No.
Just old.
Just old. This is SCC and this is SCC metastasis.
Yeah.
So the one thing that we can keep from here, if it's possible, like if you're worried about a patient, try to keep track of them. They may not come back to you, but at least give them a call. Of course, it's very difficult. Very difficult.
But now that you show these two images, I'm thinking the following, which is a topic not for now, but for next season. Do we think that we can prevent this evolution by using the weapons that we currently have, so like field treatments and so on? Would it prevent what we see on the right image? Interesting. There is not a clear answer. Let's discuss it sometime in the future. Yeah, go.
Yeah.
And last case, 45-year-old patient, lesion on the cheek. This is the clinical, and this is the dermoscopy. What do people think it is? Sebi?
Bravo, questo è una...
Odontogenic fistula is an answer in the chat.
Yes.
Other.
Beautiful. This is an odontogenic fistula.
Yeah.
But, so the patient was foreign and she didn't speak Greek or English or French. She only spoke Arabic. And because of that, we had a difficulty communicating. And I decided to excise it because I couldn't take a history if she had any pain or something like that. But the moment before excising it, a colleague came in that spoke Arabic. And I was like, thank God, let's take the history. And the patient has had problem with her teeth for the past 1 year, and this started developing 6 months prior. So yes, the diagnosis is clear. But she would have undergone a totally unnecessary surgery that wouldn't have helped her either way, because exactly there was no ability for communication. Try to always get a history, especially in cases where you think that you know what it is, and with a history could be important.
That's a very challenging message, my friend, because it contradicts with Jeppy's rule. We have to organize a session, Kramer versus Kramer, history, yes or no?
Yes. And with this, I wish you a happy and beautiful summer.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Bravo, Kostas. Bravo.
Fantastic. Bravo.
Nisa.
Yeah, I will be very fast. So this is the first case. Now it's okay for you? Are you seeing the case?
Yes.
Yeah. There's a pigmented lesion here and diagnosis, clinical diagnosis.
Well,
melanoma,
and here's a dermatoscopy.
100%. 100%.
We don't accept anything else.
Me as well. And I then immediate biopsy here because I was also very suspicious. The lesion was so suspicious for melanoma. And here is Emilio's BRAF algorithm. And we have here blotch, irregular, eccentric structureless area. We have parallel ridge pattern. and we have asymmetry of colors, and the BRAF score is here 5. So we have to take a biopsy. But what can be the biopsy says to us? It's not a melanoma.
Then it's pityriasis rosea. What is this?
Okay, this is after treatment. 1 month after treatment. As soon as I got the biopsy.
Tinea nigra. No, come on, no way.
Yeah, it was tinea nigra, and I think it's so important also to take a detailed history because the patient told me that the pigmentation here is there for 1 month, and I didn't believe it because I was so sure that it's some acral melanoma, and I didn't take an examination for fungus, and I got immediate biopsy here, and it was tinea nigra.
Wow.
So
Impressive.
this is also important.
Impressive.
And this is the second case, 69 years old male, and nose and history 5 or 6 weeks. And here is the dermatoscopy. What do you think it is?
Yeah.
SCC.
SCC, actinic keratosis, SCC arising on an AK. Yeah.
And I asked this question 1 month ago on Facebook dermatoscopy blog as well. And the majority think that it's a squamous cell carcinoma, but it's not a squamous cell carcinoma or actinic keratosis or traumatic. The diagnosis is other.
Other. We have 5 people that voted for other.
Yeah.
Other, yeah. Maybe they know the case from Facebook. Because I asked this case 1 month ago there.
There is an
Everyone was
be anything else from squamous cell to from melanoma to.
So I thought that there's white circle, there's scale, there's keratin, some blood spots. So I thought that this
inflammatory disorder which simulates a lot squamous cell carcinoma and actinic keratosis.
So what's that?
Viscoid lupus.
Yeah, good, but good differential, but no, it's not. The diagnosis is here, pemphigus vulgaris.
What?
Actually, yeah, it's so interesting because the patient has an history of pemphigus vulgaris, and my residents referred this case to me for this lesion, and I didn't know that he has pemphigus. And as soon as I look at the dermatoscopy, I thought that this is a squamous cell carcinoma, and take a biopsy. And histopathology was very typical findings for pemphigus vulgaris. So again, anamnesis is very important to correlate the dermatoscopic findings and clinical history. So, and I skip this one.
2 years old means benign. We don't want to see anything.
So I skipped, and this I shared this case 3 days ago on Facebook dermatoscopy blog, and I didn't give the answer because I was waiting for our dermatoscopy happy hour, and I'm gonna ask you this question because on Facebook dermatoscopy blog, most people were with Bowen's disease, or some experts think that this is a seborrheic keratosis. And what do you think it is? Seborrheic keratosis or Bowen's disease?
Mutated subK.
And this is non-polarized, polarized, non-polarized, and 405 nanometer purple.
For me, it's clear-cut irritated subK.
Polarized,
come on,
non-polarized, clear cuts.
Yeah, irritated subK. It's so well circumscribed, milia-like cyst.
SEPK,
but not clear. Yeah.
We go for
Okay, but this is a Bowen's disease.
Okay, you see, that's why. That's why I say
yeah. So we some experts say that we see white clots and they are more prominent in the non-polarized mode, and here you can see these white clots much more prominently. But I think this is really very hard to differentiate from Bowen's or seborrheic keratosis, and we need to take a biopsy for lesions like that. Here, the vessels are, yes, coiled vessels, but some are in lines, as you can see here, arranged. And we have keratin,
diagnosis.
spots. It's
No.
really very,
No.
very challenging. And this was a bonus to this.
No. In my view, Kostas, this is again an example of the same concept that you presented. I mean, regularly speaking, this fits more to Bowen's than seborrheic keratosis. There are glomerular vessels not in a regular distribution. They are clustered. So
clustered and arranged in lines.
The most likely should be Bowen's, but an expert would like to think more advanced scenario, which sometimes is correct. Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, exactly.
I didn't learn my lesson.
So this was my last case.
Beautiful.
Wonderful.
Fantastic, Nisa. Thank you. Guys, we are approaching the end, but before the end, I have to tell you very quickly something, very, very quickly. I want to tell you about the, Konstantinos, say?
Armamentarium
of that Camfield provides to us. And today, just one word for the only multispectral 3D dermatoscope views, which improves skin visualization by adding real-time red and brown processing, 3D surface contour display, and the ability to focus into the depth of the lesion with one capture. You have everything just with one capture. You don't need multiple shots. And this, of course, is very, very important. And also, we can use it for hair disorders. Look, the magnificent visualization of the hair follicles.
I want this.
You want this. I know that you want this. Yes. And by the way, saying this, maybe now is the moment to say once more to all our sponsors a big thank you, and also give a couple of numbers. Or Joby, did you plan to do it later?
No. Go ahead.
Yeah. So we thank very much the five sponsors that supported the season 2 of Happy Hour. We honestly thank them very much. Aven, Canfield, Dermlight, Photo Finder, and Heine. It was a great privilege for us to have their support. And just approaching the end, we want to thank all of you. And now we will show you some impressive, in my view, numbers of the season 2 of Dermoscopy Happy Hour. So in Zoom, we had 1,063 subscribers, and the average view of the live episodes was 450. Which I consider amazing. I mean, with all my experience and all your experience in these live webinars, having this number of people every week in our appointment, people from all over the world, is really touching us. And we thank you so much for this. That's unique and wonderful for all of us. In YouTube, look, 10,654 views, more than 2,000 subscribers. So, I mean, crazy numbers, and more than 600 average views. And people with us joined from more than 50 different countries all over the world. As we used to say, hello planet Earth, we were mentioning all the countries from all over the world that we were meeting together. Really unique. We thank you so very much for this, honestly. Now, didn't finish yet, because we have somebody else that we need very much, and this is our sweet Penelope, who sent us also, of course, a gift for the last episode. In fact, not one gift, but many. This time she has one special gift for each one of us. She thanks us a lot, and we thank her even more, starting with Konstantinos. Konstantinos, you are the free electron of the quartet, but your charming smile allows you to be. How do you feel? You feel in love?
Well, an electron is like freedom indeed. So thank you so much, Pascal. This is the highest compliment I've ever received.
And that's your case, by the way. No medical history, no family or personal history of cutaneous malignancy, raised, smooth, shiny, yellow nodule on scapular area for less than 1 year. And this is dermoscopy. I don't know if you want to guess.
I know this case.
You know this case. It's really.
I know this case.
Really crazy. Yeah.
So this looks like sebaceous carcinoma to me. But learning from my mistake, I will send it with the differential of nodular melanoma.
Exactly. Now you learned your lesson.
Yes, I did.
The clue is that it was similar to the case that you showed.
What type of melanoma? It's a very special type.
What do you mean special? Nodular melanoma.
I think they published it as balloon cell melanoma. Maybe I'm confused.
There was yellow, intense yellow color because of the presence of lipofuscin, a pigment previously described as a clue to choroidal melanoma. So again, another featureless amelanotic melanoma that can be diagnosed mainly if we keep the rules that we so often like to repeat. For dear Nisa, you are the smiling sweetness of the quartet, and we fully agree with this. I mean, Nisa is the sweet part, the sweetest part, because Jeppe, you are also sweet, but not
not as Nida, of course.
Not Nisa sweet, but you're sweet.
Nisa is unbeatable.
Thank you, Pascal. I love you so much.
No medical history, no family history, blah, blah, blah. He hadn't noticed those 3 blue spots on the tip of his nose. These are the blue spots. These are not 3 blue nevi. No. What's your diagnosis? Clue, a little less common than its apocrine counterpart. A little less common.
Hydroadenoma or something like that?
And the answer is ecrine hydrocystoma. Hydrocystoma, multiple blue papules, usually on the nose, well demarcated, homogeneous area with blue color, and so on and so on. Case for dear Jeppe, you are the philosopher of the quartet. That's also true. That's also true.
So true.
So for our philosopher, 33 years old, no medical history, no family or personal history, discovered during a routine examination, worrying or not worrying. What do you say?
Oh, this is a balloon cell nevus.
Balloon cell, dermal nevus.
Balloon cell. Balloon cell.
Beautiful one.
The clue are, of course, the white yellow globules in polarized and non-polarized together with globules. And of course, it's a balloon, a beautiful balloon cell nevus. Wonderful example. Thank you very much. And for me, also the last one.
I have never seen a balloon cell nevus in combination with a cobblestone pattern. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's so beautiful.
Wonderful.
Conductors.
And for me, the last one, no history, nodule of unknown age. She was told that the lesion was nothing to worry about, fact or fiction.
Difficult.
So let's go back to Konstantinos' lesson. It's not an easy lesion to have a confident diagnosis. Clue is that I'm the world expert in this lesion in particular. So it's a Spitz. It's a Spitz nevus diagnosed by one of the best pathologists. Fantastic. We have to say a big thank you to Penelope. Honestly, she was part of the show. I mean, regularly here with wonderful cases each time, very well presented. So thank you very, very much.
Thank you so much, Pascal. Great cases.
I didn't see your description. So I was the electron.
Exactly. What is your description?
What were you?
Me.
Yes.
He's the conductor.
Conductor.
Oh, the conductor. I love it.
Yeah, conductor.
Captain.
Guys, it's time to say goodbye.
No.
Well, come on.
No.
Cannot leave
goodbye
without a beautiful Kahoot. Come
You
on.
think so?
But let me tell you, did you organize a very nice?
Sebi
No,
is
but
sorry
let me
because
tell you.
Pascal.
Let me tell you something. First, also the Kahoot of today is in the same concept as the whole episode. So today we were speaking about mistakes, and now all the 5 cases of the Kahoot have been played again, and they were cases in which the audience did a mistake. So that the majority were wrong.
Okay.
Okay.
So it's easy. We have to vote for the opposite. So
if you remember what you voted last time.
the opposite. Yeah.
And I think that Jeppy, we have a special gift for the winner of Kahoot today, don't we?
Yes, of course.
Would you like to say?
Yes. For today, the winner of Kahoot will get the registration for the digital training. So the full course online, and so it should be a very good battle.
Fantastic. So let me try. I'm a little bit stressed because of my weak connection. Let's see.
Yes. Don't worry. It will go perfect.
You see the pin?
Join. Let me check.
Do you see the pin?
Yes.
Yes. There we go. We have our first players.
Yes.
Come on, guys. This is the last Kahoot of season 2. Okay, let's give.
Nice.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and let's start.
Go.
Boom.
Go.
Case number 1. This is the clinical. This is dermoscopy. And here are the options. Diagnosis, 15 years old. Junctional nevus, Spitz nevus, blue nevus, melanoma. The previous time, the correct answer got 12 or 15% of the votes. This time it's winning. Yes.
Very
Spitz
nice.
nevus. Fantastic.
Very
Fantastic.
KK.
Who is KK? Nobody knows.
Kezia.
Nobody knows who is KK.
Nobody knows.
Okay, second one. Look at it clinically. Look at it dermatoscopically. And now,
Whoa. So this is so the wrong. So I would think about something. I have to think about the opposite.
the opposite. Yes. So this was voted by 20% of the people the previous time. Now it's the winner. So seborrheic keratosis, and this brings EM98 in the first place. 2 points ahead of KK, which we don't know who is KK, of course.
Yeah. Who is KK?
Kezia.
No
Yeah.
point. What are you drinking while watching Dermoscopy Happy Hour? Here there is no correct answer. This is a poll.
Ah,
But you don't have gin tonic.
Coke, white wine, red
Really?
wine. What happened? Yeah.
Eh? Let's
Okay.
see.
Nothing is very sad. Let me tell
Nothing
you.
is yes.
Nothing is very sad. Yeah.
Yes. Are you curious to see the result?
Well,
Wow.
nothing.
Ah, come on, come
Okay.
on.
No season 3.
No, yeah, it's done.
And I stop the Kahoot now. Good night.
No. What I wanted to say
Water
is
29, Coke 3%, white wine 20, red wine 6, cocktail 8.
we need to respect that for some people, this is the morning. So, like
Yes.
several people from South America, the
Yes.
US, it's like,
It's true.
And we also need to
But-
respect that not everybody is alcoholics as we are.
Yes, but you didn't put coffee. Coffee could be an option. So next time you have to, yeah, maybe nothing.
Let's say among the drinkers, white wine wins.
yes. But you didn't give the gin tonic options, which I don't like.
Cocktail.
Okay. Okay.
Fantastic. Third case, 4 clinical images and then 4 dermatoscopic images. And the question was, how many blue nevi? You see here. Possible answers 0, 1, 2, 3, or 4.
Well, I remember this one. Yeah.
Me too. Conductor.
But we don't hear anymore the song.
Ah, yeah. Unfortunately, I am the only one hearing music.
Yeah.
Fantastic. 4 blue nevi. And again, so I mean, it looks like we learn somehow from our mistakes. Huh? That's fantastic. Which brings KK in the first place again. We have no idea who is KK, of course, but in the first place. Question number 4. 2 images, clinical. One on the face, the other one on the genital area. Dermoscopy. And the question is, which is seborrheic keratosis? None, number 1, number 2, or both?
So previous episode, how many did vote correct?
In all of them, it was less than 30%. This is the threshold. Less than 30. I don't remember precisely. Fantastic. Both seborrheic keratosis. The first one, melanoacanthoma. The second one, regressive seborrheic keratosis. Wonderful. And this brings, Picky in the first place. Lover and T.
My resident come to the list.
Belize.
It is.
Wonderful. Last question without points about philosophy. This was a nice category in my view, the philosophy. We should keep it.
Yes.
Yeah. The question for today is, which philosopher do you love more?
Zeppi.
Don't influence the answer. Aristoteles, Plato, Socrates, or Geppi? Which is the philosopher you love more?
This is unfair. This is
This is very
unfair.
easy.
You should choose not 3 Greek philosophers. I mean, at least 1 German. Oh,
now that how do you feel that you are most loved as compared to Plato, Socrates, and Aristoteles?
I feel really sorry for that. I know that you have to vote like this, but thank you guys. Thank you.
Because one of the mottos of Happy Hour is, do you love me?
We love you, Zeppi.
We love you so much.
I love you. Last case of season 2. I don't know how many remember this wonderful case. This was sent by, it was in the episode that we used cases sent by the audience also in the kahoot. A plantar case. This is dermoscopy, quite peculiar. And this is, these are the options. Diagnosis.
Come on. This must be a poroma, of course. I don't
Camposi, poroma, viral warts, or melanoma. Very few people found the correct answer in the previous episodes. Today, still very few people. Yeah, but you influence the audience now, you know.
Yes, I influenced the audience. I'm sorry.
Okay, so let's see the podium of the last episode of Dermoscopy Happy Hour. Before this, once again, a big thank you by all of us. That's a very nice photo. Of course, Sebi was missing from this photograph, but it was very nice, so I wanted to share it. So thank you all very much. See you in season 3. And the podium. Third place for Lovr. Second place for DD. And first place for Picky.
But Picky is not the first time that we asked Picky, no?
No.
I'm not sure.
Not sure, but
I'm very familiar to the name. I think second time.
Picky won a registration for the digital training. Of course, Picky is already an expert, so she or he doesn't need a digital training. But anyhow,
Mariana is Picky.
Mariana, brava Mariana.
Brava Mariana,
Brava.
From Romania, I guess.
Very good, very good. Very nice. Ragazzi, what to say? Ragazzi.
First of all, let's say hi to Mariana.
Mariana is here. Mariana. Hello, Mariana.
Hi.
Oh,
Hi. Can you hear me?
Yes, Mariana. Where are you based?
From Venezuela, Caracas.
Ah, nice.
Ah,
Beautiful.
Bye.
Brava, Mariana. Brava.
I'm so happy.
Coffee at this time. Yes.
I've been training since season 1. Then you guys also give this training. And I have to get it in season 2.
Wonderful.
Bravo.
Mariana.
Brava.
Thank you.
Bravissima. So Mariana, stay with us. Stay with us for the last chin, for the last prost. So ragazzi, it's been a privilege to stay with you all guys and with the planet Earth all together. So season number 3 in 2026.
It has been amazing.
Thank you, guys. Do you love me? I think
we adore you. We adore you.
So you love me because I love you so much. Mariana, we love you as well.
We love you.
We
We
love you so much. Just smile.
Un bacione a tutti. Enjoy. Peace and love and dermoscopy.
Have a wonderful summer, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you.
Cheers.
Bye. Bye-bye.